Hello everybody, welcome back to another Trains and World 5 video. We're back in the 380. I was actually just driving the 350 and I was like, you know what, I want to go and drive another Desiro. So we're in the 380 and we're going to do a service from Nilston to Glasgow Central. And maybe in the hope of seeing some Avanti action. Some Avanti action at Glasgow Central. Right, we'll quickly log in. There we go. So yeah, there you go. That would do 5555, 4444. There we go. That will do. That's all set up. Everything is all ready. But one thing I did notice about this train over the 350 is the front windscreen is actually quite a bit bigger. It feels a lot easier viewing wise. But then I suppose that's probably because this comes in and out. Well, it doesn't make a huge difference. Let's pop that back. Retract. That's coming back in. Right, we're going to be calling at Patterton, White Craigs, William Wood, Muir End, Cathcart, Mount Florida, Cross Hill, Queen's Park, Pollock Hills East, and Glasgow Central. So we are all stops. Get the door shut. And I believe this would be DOO as well. Drive only operated. Nice bit of kick to it. Yeah, back in the 350. Which does now have suspension as well. That's a bouncy train now. Next stop, Patterton. Do a little rolling brake test. Make sure they're all working. There you go. And let's get that up. Up to 55. And I've also got dynamic weather on as well. It'll be interesting to see what it does. As I've never used dynamic weather. So I want to see if now, because we're on Train Sim 5, if they've sort of fixed dynamic weather. As before, it would, say if you started off with clear weather, it would go to foggy within about a minute or two. Then it would rain, then it would be foggy, and then the fog would sort of just randomly disappear out of the blue. And then it would be sort of back to sun. Like it never really properly worked. So I've started off with fog, with dynamic weather. So I want to see what it does. Will it change lots or will it stay the same? Yeah, what's it gonna do? Right, speed comes down to 50 soonish. This is the fast part of the route, going at 55 miles an hour, which generally would be considered slow. But as we're sort of a metro suburban route, doesn't really seem like it at the moment, but it is. It's a metro / suburban route. Once we get to Patterton. Up. Cool. Yeah, on the Cathcart Circle. But you get two trains on here, the 314 and the 380. Although the 380 is a separate DLC. But it's a good one. In fact, how's everyone finding the 380? Now it's been out for... was it July? I think it was July it came out. How's everybody finding it? Are you still playing it a lot? Or the sort of Cathcart Circle remaster, are you still playing the route a lot, or have you sort of moved on to other routes? Come on, 50, I know you start soon. It's just here, I think. Come back down even more. Yeah, there's the 50 there. And we go across here under one of the motorways, and then we're not too far from Patterton station. That's sort of the rattling sounds you get on this as well. It's a pretty good quality unit, this one. And if you get on well with, well, if you get on well with this train, you'll probably get on well with the 350 and vice versa, as they are both Desiros. And you've also got the Desiro City, that being the Class 700. Well, if I'm being honest, I don't really like driving the 700 on this game, as it just, you don't really get much to do with it really. And the route southeastern high speed, where it's from Rainham to Dartford, you can drive the 700, but it's just not like a fun run to do. Maybe that's just me. Yeah, I just don't really enjoy doing, like, it's good to do it once every now and again, but it's not the most interesting run, Rainham to Dartford. Much rather have the 700 on the Brighton main line, run it on there. So then you get a lot of variety then. Whereas Rainham to Dartford never changes. Cool, this is Patterton station, and after this will be White Craigs.
If you require assistance at any time, feel free to contact a member of station staff or use a help.
Same horn as the 350 as well. Right, onwards to White Craigs. Let's go. I love the little thing with the cameras, which you don't get on the 350. That's what that sort of black panel is on the left-hand side of the 350 cab, is where they could have cameras or camera screens. But because if they did that, they might then be like, oh, we don't need guards anymore. Sort of why they haven't done that. But it is, you know, they are there. That sort of big blank space is there for if they ever wanted to fit cameras to the 350. Right, White Craigs up next. Cool. Yeah, that's 51 there. Trying to keep it at a good speed whilst trying to sneeze and mute the mic. Multitasking. We're coming up to White. Oh, we got the UFO enabled. Oh, we do. There's the UFO, which is the mastery on here. Coming in a bit quick. There's the 3 coach stop marker, but we're 4, so we go a bit further if there is a stop marker for us. That might be on there actually. Possibly. Here we are. This is White Craigs. Oh, that's sneaky. Look at that. You basically can't see that. Only a little bit past there, but it's quite a sneaky marker. Still on time, and after this is Williamwood. Try and get a slightly gentler stop. Right, let's go. You always want to close the doors a bit early if you can. It's not always possible, as you've got to wait for the bar or the ring to go around. But yeah, always try and get those doors shut a little bit early, as otherwise you'll become late. Cool. So yeah, we've got William Wood, Muir End, Cathcart, and after Cathcart it literally is just stop, 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 Pollokshields East, and then you've got the big gap to Glasgow Central. But I'm hoping we do see a Pendo. Probably be at Pollokshields East, and the Pendo would just leave, and they'll be like, oh, just miss it. But yeah, hopefully we get to see one. Sort of one of the reasons why I'm back on here is it would be nice to see the Avanti AI at Glasgow Central. As Avanti goes, well, that's sort of one of the main places they go. So we should ideally see one, or going in or going out, or sat there at the station. A little bit further down the platform. And here we are, this is William Wood. Next up is Muir End. And again, near enough on time. So we'll wait for the bar to go up, and then basically as soon as that bar's at the top, we'll close the doors. Yeah, get the doors shut. And up next is Muir End, which again isn't very far. And I've also got to try and avoid going into photo mode as well. As if we go into photo mode, it will get rid of all of the fog. So we sort of got to, yeah, stay out of that. But so far with dynamic weather on, well, I'm pretty certain I flicked it on. It's been alright. Unless I did do custom weather fog, but I'm pretty certain dynamic weather's on. So far, good, it hasn't changed really quickly. Which for some routes, you do want it to change quickly, like say the East Coast Main Line or Castle Versberg, where it's high speed, the weather would change quite quickly. But for routes like this, where it's almost like a metro, and you're not going that far in a long amount of time, you don't need the weather changing really often, as it just wouldn't happen. Yeah, dynamic weather is best suited to long distance runs when you're going fast. And after Muir End we then got the 20 mile per hour limit, which is for when we come into Cathcart. Which is coming up relatively soon. Come on Muir End. Here it is. Let's put the speed down. It's also getting used to the breakage on here as well, so it's quite a bit different to the 350. Yeah, we go down to the end. Yeah, you got the S-car stop marker for the 380. So right down the end. And here we are. Cool. Muir End. Right side door release. And after this is Cathcart. So we're on time again. Don't get much of a dwell time here, so we'll get the doors shut already. Obviously in real life you'd be looking at all the cameras, but on here, well, no image expected. And let's go. Cathcart's up next. So sort of the end of the more rural part of the route. Now we're into the yeah, lots of stops and lower speed limit section. Coming off of the Nilston branch. So that was only the warning for the 20. We can still speed up a bit more than 20. That doesn't start right away. And by that signal there, we'll come down to about 20. Oh, that was quite a violent shake there. The 20 doesn't start just yet, and there it is there, I think. Yeah, it's coming up. Why is the train not slowing down? Come on. And there's the 20. So it's quite hard on this train to know whether you're accelerating or not. Like that, for example. I mean, yeah, it almost sounds like we're not powering up, but we are. We're still speeding up, which is not good. Quite a few times on this train I end up going 1 or 2 miles an hour over the limit, and I'm like, oh yeah, and so you just can't, the audio change isn't as distinct. Here we are, this is Cathcart. That right side door release again, as were most of the stations now. Cool. Oh, I think I muted just in time there. I've got about 45 seconds. Just in the platform. And yeah, Mount Florida after this. Mount Florida, Cross Hill, Queen's Park, Pollokshields East, and then Glasgow Central in about 13 minutes now. And yeah, hoping we see a Pendo. That would be nice. Just so we can be like, yeah, been there, done it. Right, let's go. Still 20 for now. And we're off. Got the 40 there, which I don't think lasts for long. I think it comes down to like 30 or 35 before Mount Florida. So wait for the back of the train to pass the board. So we're sort of bouncing up and down here a bit more. And up to 40. Just briefly, I believe. Not for that long. It's so slow as well, the throttle stick as well. Whereas in the 700 and on the 350 it's a bit quicker, and here it's quite slow. It's a bit sluggish. Yeah, 35. That 40 does not last long. Cool. So I wonder if trains have ever sort of, say if this part of the loop was shut, I wonder if trains have been able to get to Cathcart, driver switches ends, and then goes back out via Pollokshields West. Has that ever happened? Like if there was like an incident or something on this part of the loop. Yeah, gone into Cathcart, changed ends, and then gone down the other side of the loop. Has that happened? But the stop mark's a bit harder to see. That will do. Well, this is Mount Florida, which is the football stop Well, I doubt you'd have football at this time in the morning. And next up is Cross Hill. And let's go. Oh, nice to be back on. When was the last time we were on here? It must have been, yeah, quite some time ago. 380. Last time I was on here was September, well, last month, early September, just before Trenton World 5 came out. And I think we actually did it in Fog as well. Did we do it in Fog? Yeah, looks like we did it in Fog on there as well. Oh well. Here's that time of year where it's all foggy in the morning. It's quite cosy. Around the corner into Cross Hill. Yeah, really hoping we get to see a pen. I want to sort of look at them. In fact, yeah, we'll have a little cheeky look at the map to see what's at Glasgow Central at the moment. Just to see if there is a Pendo sat in there. Well, every hour up to Glasgow Central? And it also depends how long it sits at Glasgow Central for. So probably at least sit there for 20 minutes or so once they arrive. Let's get all the stock on. As we do, this is Cross Hill. Let's have a little cheeky look at the map now. That looks like a long train. That might be a Pendo. That does look like quite a big train. So hopefully that's a Pendo. Anything on the way in? Not just yet. So we should see a Pendo. Good. Right, no, it's not. No, there wouldn't be the LNER one. Right, Queen's Park next. I think the LNER Azuma one. That's like 6 in the morning. You can see that, which is the King's Cross. Glasgow Central to King's Cross service, which in reality ends in December. Bit of a shame. Right up to 40. There you go, now at 40 almost, and then we've got to slow right back down for coming into Queen's Park. And our head sway's at 200% as well, so we are sort of battered, you know, knocked all over the place when we play this. Right, Queen's Park, one of the harder stations to see where the stop marker is. Well, yeah, you literally can't see it. Should really have it on the opposite side. Maybe they do in real life. I mean, on the on that side. Right, that's on the driver's side. Let's get the doors shut. And next up is Polloksfields East.
Please ensure you have a valid ticket.
And very slowly apply power. We're off. Now at Polloksfields East you've got stop markers on the driver's side. Makes it a bit easier. Single yellow. And single yellow again. Well, I think those two signals sort of, they're always the same. And into Pollock Shields East. Why's the AWS not going off? We have got AWS on. It's weird. I have to double check that. We have got the AWS on. It was going off at the start. Well, I'm pretty certain we got the AWS on. Should do. Pretty certain we had all of them on. Pretty certain we did. They turn off. Potentially. Anyway, we got the green light. Let's get the doors shut. Right, Glasgow Central up next. Let's go. That's why we had the AWS on. Or maybe we didn't. If we didn't, that's why they should have them on by default. As in real life, you wouldn't get in a train and start trying to flip them to on. And we're off. Cool. As in real life, they wouldn't be set to off. So yeah, if we didn't have it on, for example, we did. Then that's one of the reasons why we need to have some sort of on by default option. Now 25. Hopefully that Pendo is still there. At least I'm assuming it was a Pendo. Yeah, there's still something there. Must be a Pendo. All we can do is hope it is. And this is sort of the long, slow bit into Glasgow Central. It could so easily be like 30 or 35 here, but nope, 25. One of the slower terminuses to come into. Oh, 158. That's nice to see. Oh, that's really nice to see. In fact, where are you going? Nice. Which is why I'm looking forward to the 5 Circle new timetable on there of the Leven branch, as we'll actually be able to get some use out of the 158 again. Because at the moment, the only time you can use the 158 is on Edinburgh Glasgow, which is a bit of sort of not that interesting, and also not that well, it's not realistic either. And at 20 miles an hour now, and it comes down to 15 as well. Oh, slowly on the way in. Another train on the way in as well. So Glasgow should basically be full up. We've got pretty much every train you could see at Glasgow Central now, which is quite a stark contrast to when this route first came out, where it was literally just the 314. I mean, the trains we're missing are the 318 and the 320. But in this, they've been replaced with the 314. So in terms of AI traffic, yeah, it should sort of see everyone we could possibly see, which is great. That's into platform 11, we're into platform 5. And it is, there's the Pendo. And we're coming across towards it as well. Try and get a little photo if we can. because it's a Pendo at Glasgow Central. How cool is that? There we go, that the weather's all of a sudden really nice and sunny. Change the weather back to how it was. Well, maybe not that much actually. Now we can't see the Pendo. We'll just get a normal shot. We can make something out of that. Just knowing the way the weather changes now. What a great looking route though. The remaster has done wonders to it. And in this train you have got to be careful coming up to the buffers, as sometimes it sort of lurches the brakes on when you don't want them to come on. It's almost as like an auto stop once you get below sort of 3 miles an hour. See that? It sort of just comes to a stop at a certain speed. Here we are, this is Glasgow Central. Do that and set the lights to tails. Well, that's good for me. Hope everybody has enjoyed it. That was some Cathcart Circle, and we got to see the Pendo as well, even better. Links can be found in all of the usual places: Discord, PayPal, merch store. After that, see you in the next one. See you all. Take care. Bye, guys.